I have an issue with everybody trying to pick sides on transgender or LGBTQ plus IA people. We don't come after you when you're trying to live your heterosexual life. You live your life, you love your life, you do whatever you gotta do for your friends, family, kids, neighbors. It doesn't matter. We don't care. But for those of us who are constantly under a microscope and heterosexual people are constantly trying to figure out, are you this or are you that? What does it matter? Just let us live our lives. Quit picking on us. There are much worse things in the world to worry about. You have guns coming into schools and mass shootings on a weekly basis. You have the war in Ukraine and other nationalities that are constantly at arms with each other. We have a president, which, whether your opinion is this way or that, could be a good president, could be a bad president. Pay attention to politics. Pay attention to the world order. Quit trying to worry about if we're doing this or what that. Number one, drag queens are not grooming your children. We could care less about if your kids become gay. But if you're a child and you think you understand your sexuality, if you're of a certain orientation, it is nice to have representation in such events, in such manner. We're not grooming kids for one way or another. Guess what? Kids are born the way they are born from the time they pop out of a vagina. It doesn't matter if there's a drag queen in their face on TV, or if your parents, number one, parents take children to these things. So it's not the drag queen's fault, it's the parents' fault. Okay, so look at that for a second. It has nothing to do about one way or another. Kids are just trying to figure themselves out, like you tried to figure yourself out, like your mom tried to figure herself out, like your dad tried to figure himself out. Everybody goes through this experience of trying to figure themselves out. Nobody is trying to groom or be a predator to anything. If anything is trying to be a predator, it is the hate predator that is constantly seeping into American culture. Isn't America supposed to be an all-inclusive nation? Isn't that what the basis of America was for? Was to get away from persecution, was to get away from wrongdoing, was to get away from tyrannical rule, was to get away from all this hate. Isn't that what the basis of America is for? Is for free speech. I don't care if you're a Nazi. I don't care if you're gay. I don't care if you're Jew. I don't care if you're this, that, sideways Thursday, purple Sunday, polka dotted, leopard skin. I don't care what you are. Love your neighbor enough to let them live their life without you saying they're doing it wrong. And that's all I got to say.